In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper of this particular program, known here on social media as the mighty, mighty, Angel Snub 7. I am your brother, and hopefully your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. What brings me to this particular topic is that I was just watching a video by our sister. We know her as Beyonce Knowles, one of the original Destiny Child members. We know her, I'm very sure, unless you live somewhere in outer space, and because surely in America you may not like her music, but we have heard of Beyonce. And I have heard some criticize her new video where she is, oh man, why am I tongue-tied this week? Where she is expressing her concern. You can see in the video images of Tamir Rice and injustice of black people in this nation. And for me, that is wonderful. It is a wonderful effort. And I think any person, regardless of race, but especially we as the descendants of slaves born in America, I myself have grown to appreciate anything anybody attempts and tries to do in our behalf as a people against this oppression that has plagued us for the last now going on 500 years. I want to express something that I have learned as I mature in the struggle. And I am not defending Beyonce. I am not defending Jay-Z or Oprah or Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, or any of our people with celebrity or they have accumulated great wealth. But I only want to give us something to think about from what I believe or what I know I have learned. And some of that learning process not only comes from my participation in this struggle that we call Black liberation, but also due to my incarceration. As many of you know, and I have told the story many times, that I was unjustly incarcerated. And during my time of incarceration, I fought my oppressors. I fought my terrorists tooth and nail for a long, long time. And I had those who would be considered my peers. They were also claiming that they wanted the same thing that I wanted, and that was our freedom from incarceration. So I would fight tooth and nail 24 hours a day, day and night. That's all that was on my mind. And I would think, and I thought that those who claimed they wanted the same thing that I wanted, I thought they would do the same thing, but they didn't. I basically was in an environment where I was all by myself, fighting the power, fighting the powers that be. How can I be alone when I got all these others around me that claim they want the same thing? How can I be in a struggle for civil rights and black liberation and black independence, but it's only a handful? And then we who are in the forefront, or we who are leading the fight, we become arrogant. And we become self-righteous because I'm doing this, I'm doing that. What are you doing? And then much of the success that we do benefits those who are not fighting like we are doing. This I have experienced. And I became angry at those who were claiming they was fighting the power like me, but really not doing anything. But any type of success that I was able to achieve, they benefit and really did not do anything in the struggle. So this is what I want to present to us. We, as the descendants of slaves born in America, having dark skin, we are so judgmental and we are so self-righteous that we really don't think about things. We really don't think about our situation. I learned and had to understand that everybody is not like me. You can't expect everybody to be like you. You can't expect everybody to understand the way you do, or sacrifice or would be willing to suffer like you do. You should not be angry at others because the reality is some people just can't. And some of these who just can't become jealous of those who can, and they sit back in the background making mockery of Angel Snup Nup 7 or making mockery of those of us in the struggle because they wish they had the strength. They wish they had the courage. They wish they had the wisdom and the articulation and the charisma. They wish they could do what we're doing, but they just cannot do it. Then there is fear. Although you locked up and I was locked up, what else can you do to me? I might as well fight. But you can be locked up and there are those who still fear the oppressor because they want their cigarettes. They want that cup of coffee. They want that can of soda. They want these little things that the oppressor can deprive. And we have to understand that for many of our celebrities, a Beyonce or a Jay-Z, Oprah, and so many, a Bob Johnson, first of all, we did not make them. We supported them, but we did not actually make them. There were things they did in their life in order to put themselves in a position to rise to where they are at. We did not make them. And so since I have achieved that, we have to understand that are we worth, as a people, are we worth the gamble? Oprah, Jada, Will, and Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye, and all these our people, is it worth the gamble of what I worked for to lose it in behalf of these persons, my people? How are they going to respond? Well, Malcolm X sacrificed for us. Martin Luther King sacrificed for us. Marcus Garvey. So many of our ancestors prior have sacrificed greatly, given their lives and suffered. And look at our condition today. It should be better, but it is not. And many of them did sacrifice their money and their families. And look at us in 2016. We should be better, but we're not. We have actually gone backwards. You expect everybody to be like you. Many of our people can't be like you. There is an old saying that we should not judge nobody until we walk in their footsteps. Some of our people are just plain ignorant. And they are comfortable in their ignorance. They don't want to do no better. They are comfortable in their enslavement. So when Nat Turner rised up and revolted, all these slaves did not join. Why is that? Because slavery was all they knew. They was comfortable in it. And because of the fear. And what if we do conquer Massa? What we gonna do then? What we gonna do? You hear people right now, when you talk about Go to Africa. Go back to Africa, which I've never lived in Africa. I can't go back to where I never lived. That's another subject, but go back to Africa and all these different things. They have a fear. What we gonna do? It's like if you kick your dog out your house, not calling us a dog, of course, but when you kick your dog out the house, the only thing, life that dog has known is living in your house. So the dog, as soon as possible, runs back to the door and scratches. I want to get back in there. You have to understand the mentality of a people who have been victimized and abused. You see this in women who have been abused. Keep going back to the one that beats them and abused them physically and verbally. It is a mental disorder, and we have to understand that. But the only thing, we run around and we judge people. You can't judge nobody unless you walked in their footsteps. You have to understand the mentality and where they come from. At the same time, when somebody's stronger, somebody who's moving better than you, judge you, you can't handle it. You ain't that pro-black. You talking all this pro-black stuff, and then they judge you and show you that you're not as pro-black as you think that you are. You're not as Afrocentric as you think that you are. And then they judge you, and you can't take it. So we need to stop all this judging people. What is the benefit? We are not in a position and don't have the right to tell Oprah, Will Smith, Jada, Beyonce, Jay-Z, or Kanye, or Snoop Dogg, and any of our brothers and sisters, to tell them what to do with their celebrity, their fame, and fortune. We're not in a position. Why should Snoop Dogg risk his fame and his fortune, or Beyonce, Jay-Z? I said these celebrities over, and Oprah, and it's so many. Bob Johnson. There are those who have great wealth who are not celebrities. But why would they sacrifice what they have built and gained for you? When Malcolm done it, Elijah done it, Booker T. Washington done it, and so many, Harriet Tubman. And look at our condition. Look how we act. Look how we behave. A nasty, foul, trifling, despicable type people. After all this that our people have sacrificed and died for, fighting to sit in front of the bus, and now we automatically go to the back of the bus. Fight for the right to vote, and we don't vote. Things of that nature. I have grown to understand it's not for me to judge. And in your scripture, in religion, it says, judge not, lest ye be judged. We can dish it out, but we can't take it. We must learn. And we should be happy for anything that anybody does in this struggle. I don't care if it's picking up some aluminum cans and then they donate the proceeds to some black organization. Whatever anybody does, we should be happy. So I thank Beyonce for her video. And I thank all our celebrities for anything that they might attempt to try to do. And I love you. It's not for me to judge. I will continue to do what I feel I need to do. And maybe Beyonce, maybe Jay-Z, maybe Kanye, maybe Oprah, maybe somebody out there might see this video and listen to my words or see my work. And they might say, that person is worthy of support. I might not do it in the public, but I slip them a little something and help them. We must learn to stop judging and being so spiteful and nasty to our people. Thank you for listening. Love, peace, and soul.